The CoreClarity key is the key to understanding the system. Now, one of them is included in the coaching packet, Enhanced Coaching Packet A, but I'll go through it because this is a fundamental part of CoreClarity to begin with. So with the key, you see the different color quadrants. You've got the blue, the connect, and I call it the relationship quadrant. That's the language of relationships, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. In the upper left, you've got the motivational talents, or the mobilize quadrant, the magenta, in the upper right. You've got the thinking talents, the processing, thinking, making decisions, creativity quadrant called reflect. It's the green in the bottom left. And then you've got the orange, which is the get her done talents, energize, on the bottom right. Now, the secret is understanding what each language quadrant brings instinctively. That's the important thing. That's what these talents do instinctively for us. So if we start with the upper left hand, the blue, the relationship quadrants, these are the instinctive talents around the nonverbal cues of good relationships. The connection with people, that's one language. The trust level, the reliability, instincts around reliability, and the natural desire to be reliable. The ability to connect in interesting ways with others. The ability to see what's unique about somebody and where they fit, their special fit. Whether or not a group is in alignment or there's tension, instinctively knowing that. The rhythm, the tone of relationships. That's what that quadrant does instinctively. Doesn't mean that others, if you don't have those, that you can't figure it out, but they're not instinctive second nature. And I call those relationship talents. We go to the magenta side. Those talents are relational. They read people well, they get the instincts, but it has a different kind of drive behind it. It's to bring that potential out of somebody. So they read people, they understand potential, and then the different kinds of talents bring that potential out. And we have what I call the soft talents and the hard talents. So the soft talents look like persuasion, Tom Sawyer kind of, building rapport, making people feel welcome. That's one kind of language talent and motivation. The other is looking at the upside, celebrating, recognition, having fun. That's another one of the soft sides of the talents. And then the coaching, the patience, the nurturing, the coach you always wanted, the teacher you enjoyed most, the superlative mom. Those are the three soft language talents. Now we move into the hard talents, the motivation, the winning talent, the understanding how to kind of bracket where we are, keeping score, the push, the drive, the hating to lose, the understanding whether we can make this happen or not on the front end. Then there is the very direct, take charge, even confrontational, stir it up talent. And then the final one is that drive for excellence, even perfection, the obsession, that visceral talent around what's really good and excellent. And people who have this talent really can't hide whether they're really excited or not. So this top half, the two on the top half, are talents that come alive with people. And that's an important thing to understand. So they're engaged around people, and the more talents you have in that top half, the more your energy comes from engagement with others. So we'll move into the bottom half in the next video. But it's important to understand how these quadrants, the energy that comes out of these quadrants around connecting. So the blue side, the connect talents, those can be wounded. And so when they get shut down or constrained, it's felt as a kind of a personal issue or a personal constraint. And they become what I call offended. In the magenta, side, when those talents get shut down, it's a frustration. It's wanting to break through. But the energy when they're working well is very engaging, in the rapport and that you're making in the magenta talents, and the connection with the blue talents feels very enlivening. So that gives you a little understanding of the key. I didn't specifically go into the talents. I'll do that in a future one. But I want to give you a feel for what that language, what that quadrant is by itself. In the next video, we'll talk about the bottom half.